In our previous video, we noted that voluntary organisations have three key characteristics. They want to provide some public benefit. They are not owned or run by the state. The public benefit that they want to provide is based on a vision or mission as articulated by some individual or group. Catholic voluntary schools clearly satisfy the first two characteristics. But what of the third? That the public benefit they want to provide is based on a vision or mission as articulated by some individual or group. This is clearly the case as we look back at the history of each school.
From the late 18th century onwards, voluntary secondary schools were established in many towns and cities in response to the needs of the Catholic community. The schools were established mainly by religious congregations, some of which were newly founded Irish organisations, such as the Presentation Sisters, Christian Brothers and Mercy Sisters. Others had roots in continental Europe and came to Ireland for the first time, including the De La Salle Brothers, Dominican Sisters, Loreto Sisters, Ursuline Sisters, Spiritans and Jesuits. A smaller group of schools is associated with congregations that were returning after the centuries of turmoil that followed the Reformation, such as Franciscans, Dominicans, Benedictines and Cistercians. Dioceses and lay groups also established voluntary secondary schools.
It's important to remember that there would be no founders if it were not for Jesus. The women and men who founded the congregations and who became patrons of Catholic schools were all inspired by their faith in Christ. So, what else is interesting about such founders? Loretta.
Well, the founders understood that education was the best way to help students out of poverty and to come to an awareness of their unique dignity.
Cara.
They recognised that the work they were starting would be reliant on a community of like-minded people working together who were motivated by the same vision.
And this remains a key challenge.
So voluntary schools need to reimagine their founding intention. Otherwise, they might well neglect what is unique about their service of the community. As schools reflect on their founding intention, they will have a better understanding of the common good and their need to respond to social, cultural, and demographic changes. Schools need to provide space for all members of the school community to reflect on and articulate their vision and mission on an ongoing basis. This includes parents, staff, students, members of the boards of management, trustees, and the community at large. The mission is a living and breathing reality, not something set in stone. The vision belongs to the whole school community, who can use it as a resource in looking to the future. Having watched this video, there are some things you might like to do. Find out more about the origins and founding intention of your school. Part of the process that the Catholic Schools Partnership is providing for voluntary schools involves reimagining the founding intention. There are guidelines on how to begin this process in the pack that the Catholic Schools Partnership has provided to your school.